Good evening, everyone. I'm Eliana with Human Systems Technology, the founder of Human Systems Technology, a method of reprogramming the subconscious and awakening the DNA. It's the fastest and most permanent way for you to get rid of whatever it doesn't make you feel comfortable in your life, and it can help you improve every aspect of your life. Good evening and welcome to our tonight's live event on Facebook, From Disappointment to Success, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Dubai time. It's a time created for you, and we examine what it stops you from being more successful than you are today. Before we move on, a couple of announcements, as usually. You're used to that by now. So, first announcement is that next Tuesday I'll be in Dubai, and of course I'll be on the live event on Facebook from Dubai. Just in case there is any technical problem in the building that I'll be staying in, we might have an interruption, or even I might not be able to start the event. So if you go on for the event at 8 p.m. Dubai time and I'm not there, that means there is a technical issue, and I will be seeing you the following Tuesday. But otherwise, I'll be running the program. And I would also like to remind you to subscribe to my website to get the two wonderful gifts and benefit from a complete program on expand your relationship with money. A very powerful program, 1 hour program that will empower you a lot and change the way that you receive and give and accept money. Yeah, so tonight's theme, a beautiful theme that is so important for everybody, is actually, yeah, it's about boundaries. And for me, boundaries, it equals healthy life, right? Because healthy, strong boundaries that work for you support you spiritually, emotionally, and physically. If the boundaries, healthy, strong boundaries empower you, strengthen you, keep you in your center, give you a good discernment, strong discernment, so that you can move on with your life. You can achieve things that you want in your life. You have a better life. Let me ask a couple of questions before we say anything else. Would you say that you say yes when actually you want to say no? Do you find yourself taking on a lot more responsibilities than you should have, at work, at home, in your relationships with friends? Would you say that you offer easy your time and energy to people that ask for it? Would you say that you put yourself last on the list? Well, if you even answer yes to one of these questions, it means that you need to strengthen your boundaries. Most of people think that boundaries is like a fence, that you put around the house to cut people off. But actually, boundaries is an act of the way to respect ourselves and others. And remember that it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. So it's your responsibility to state clear boundaries, to say what you want, to say what you need, but without intimidate others. This is the important thing. You need to have a way of expressing your truth without hurting people, without attacking people, without intimidate people in any way. Because you often see people that they express their boundaries and their truth through anger, violence, insult, in any other toxic way you can think of. And then you think, why is this happening? Because it might be someone in your family as well. Well, this is because of a trauma that the person holds in their subconscious. And when somebody says something or done something to the person, then they trigger this trauma, and they bring up this toxic behavior which is associated to the trauma. Well, boundaries is a state. Um, it's a way of saying, of stating who we are, what we want in our life, and what we accept and what we don't accept. But if boundaries is such a wonderful thing, a wonderful state of being, why people have such a hard time in stating, in setting clear, strong boundaries that will help them have a much happier life? Well, the answer to this, of course, is fear. And this fear, it is attached to some trauma that comes from the past. So if you just allow your thoughts to travel back, and you ask yourself the question, where is that fear come from? Then immediately your memory will come into your head about that traumatic incident that happened many, many years ago, and it created the fear as a symptom to the trauma. So you need to remember what happened the first time that you said no to an influential person. What happened the first time that you clearly stated your boundaries because it was your truth? How did that influential person reacted? Did the influential person treat you with anger, resentment? Was he or her violent? Were you punished? What happened? That incident, that traumatic incident, that it stayed with you, it holds on to that fear that through which you behave right now, and that fear that stops you from setting clear boundaries and having a healthy life. Yeah. So let's see though how we can set boundaries and have effective boundaries to have a healthier life. First of all, you need to know who you are. Know thyself. That was Plato. We need to know who we are. Only when we know what you want, only when you know what you want, what you need, how you think, how you feel, what is your values, your desires. Only then you know what your limits are, and so you can place boundaries. If you don't know your needs and your limits, then you're not able in placing boundaries. Then you need to be flexible. Many people think that by placing boundaries, they keep everybody away, so that's the way to feel safe, and then they become rigid. But this is not true. They need to be flexible. They need to know. They need to have a very good discernment and know when to say yes and when to say no. They need to know how and when and why they readjust their boundaries, and that happens, according to the circumstances that are happening in your life at the given time. You need to let go of self-judgment. Self-judgment. You need to stop beating on yourself. You need to stop punishing yourself. And you need to remember that whatever happened, it happened so that it helps you grow, learn more, grow more, and become a better person, the person that you are today. Without all those lessons, you wouldn't have the wisdom that you have today. Then you need to let go of your story. Whatever happened, it happened so that it gives you all the knowledge and support that you needed. The story, the way you remember and you understood it, it wasn't the truth, because you usually record, what you record is not the truth about what happened. It's what you think that happened. People who were involved in the traumatic incident with you, they were only teachers, other soulmates helping you in your schooling on earth. So all of these need to be forgiven. You need to forgive yourself, the circumstances and people that were involved. Then you need to pay attention of the people around you. There's so many toxic people in your environment that they suck you dry, they suck your energy, they drain you. You need to find ways to avoid these people. If not, then you need to do the work for yourself. And if you can't do the work, then you need to ask help from a professional who will help you get rid whatever is there that is triggering the problems in your life and the toxic situation and so many toxic people around you giving you a hard time. Then you need to get clear of what your values are and what you desire in your life. Because only when you know of your values, then you can make decisions for yourself. Otherwise, you'll be making decisions based on other people's opinion. Uh, that's why you see people around many times that they run to ask other people of their own opinion and help them to get to conclusions and to decisions, which is totally wrong. Okay, so the thing here is that at the end of the day, you are the one who needs to take the responsibility for what happened, responsibility for your life and yourself, and do the work for you. And in case that you're not trained to do the work, then you need to get your professional who can help you to do the work, because that's the only way you can reprogram your subconscious and get rid of whatever it makes you feel uncomfortable, whatever gives you all the hurt and the pain and the disappointment in your life, and it doesn't allow you to have the life that you want. So let's go do some really good deep reprogramming for your subconscious, so that we help you set clear, strong boundaries and have a healthier and more successful life. Okay. So I would ask you to sit comfortably or lay down if you like, to close your eyes. Start breathing in and out slowly. Breathe in and out slowly and feel that your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet is relaxing more and more. Now allow this beautiful sacred energy of eternal consciousness, the sacred energies of life, to run through all your chakras. Feel every cell of your heart, every cell of your body, and expand in your aura. And imagine that you are sitting into a pyramid of light. And as you're breathing in and out slowly, you allow this beautiful sacred light to fill every cell of your body and become one with it. And allow this beautiful sacred energy to release the self-judgment from your system. So allow the energy to come through. So I want you to remember every way that you are judgmental for yourself. And allow all self-judgment to be released. Allow the energy to come through and release your fear in setting healthy, strong boundaries that work for you. Allow that. And think of what is the fear for each one of you that stop you from setting strong boundaries for you, that stops you from saying no when you really want to say no, and allow the energy to release it for you. Allow the energy to release the fear of being abandoned, of being alone, of being lonely, of losing what you have and is important for you right now, of not being included, of not being loved, of not giving and given attention and value. Allow that to be released. Allow the energy to release the fear of being abused, of being punished, of being violated. Now allow the energy to come through and release your pattern to use the trauma to create a shield of protection. Allow that. Now allow the energy to release the wounded inner child. Allow your thoughts to go to the past and bring back memories of how you were hurt, you were traumatized and wounded when you express clear boundaries. Now allow the energy to bring through the energy of I know when, how, and why to say no without shame and guilt. Alana. Allow the energy to release that shame and guilt that you feel every time that you're asked for energy, for your time, for taking on more responsibilities, and you say, you feel like saying no, then you say yes. Still, the guilt and shame is there. Now allow the energy to bring through the energy, the wisdom of boundaries, of your sacred boundaries. Allow this beautiful energy to come through and bring to you the new sacred codes of sacred boundaries, the wisdom, the knowledge, when, how, and why to set strong, healthy boundaries that work for you, keep you safe, empowered, your strength. Now allow the energy to bring through the brain reset. Allow the energy to connect you to your new energies, to the new frequencies of your heart. Okay, now take a deep breath in. Bring your consciousness to your heart and open up your eyes. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I wanted to remind you that my website, my web address is www.humansystemstechnology.com. And remember to subscribe and get your powerful gifts. And my suggestion is that you listen over and over again to these recordings that are saved on my profile for now until soon they will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. So wish you all a lovely evening and talk to you next Tuesday.